Good morning, you guys. How you guys doing? Very good to see everybody. Good morning, Ray. Good to see you. And then, of course,
what up, my man? How you doing? Happy Saturday.
As well to our special guest, Mr. CrashFury, a.k.a. Deadpool. So very good to see you. Good morning. I know. See, I've got my coffee, too, except mine says Guinness. So I don't know if it's, can you have coffee and beer out of the same thing? I don't know.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. You guys are breaking my brain.
Why is that? Coffee.
You're not telling me right now that the real Deadpool account's run by Crash.
I can't tell you.
Really?
What's up?
I'm out.
What's up, Seven? Good morning, boxing. Good to see you guys.
Give up. Oh my God.
Let me see.
And because I've got reloads.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah, I need them. I'm actually going to text my son in a minute and be like, "Hey, bro.
Yep.
You want those V-Bucks?
One of the tricks of the trade. You learn that early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I totally mislabeled. I put episode 5. We're on episode 6. Everybody, I apologize for that.
Math is hard.
For me, yes. Math is very hard.
Common Core show. Yeah.
Well, dude, like the way they do math nowadays, anyway. I mean, you could say anything and you'd get it right. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
If you just take exactly right. Thank you. You could pretty much just say anything. You could be like 15 plus 2 minus the pyramid plus the square angle of my guitar plus the chair is 2.
Yep.
You know, and then you got to draw it out.
You want it to be.
Then just do, hieroglyphics and stuff like that. And then there you go. You're good to go. What's up, Fat Steven?
Dude, Fat Steven is a legend on Saturday
100%.
morning. This guy's in here every Saturday.
Just like 7.
How do guests get on tools? Well, it's a highly, honestly, it's a highly dense and scientific method that Tex and I have.
Yeah.
Effectively, some point between Wednesday and Friday night at midnight, we're like, who should be on the show?
That's pretty much it. Yes. But I'd love to have you on, Steven. 100%, dude. I think it'd be great.
List. We have a spreadsheet now.
Yes, we graduate to a spreadsheet, so we're good. Because we were talking about doing the show, and we're like, okay, well, we're gonna try it out, and we'll see how it does. We'll see the reception and stuff like that with it. Good morning, Judge.
Judge,
appreciate that. Okay, he's gonna go smoke crack then. Okay, that'll put you at the top of the list right there. Just make sure you smoke it before we go live. It'll make it interesting. You know what I mean?
That'd be the topic of the show, like benefits of smoking crack versus energy drinks.
As he passes out on his mic. Yes, we can sell some glitch energy that way, right?
There you go. And crack.
But yeah, so we kind of, we've been kind of shooting from the hip and stuff like that. So I'm slowly kind of building kind of like how we do things, because I wasn't sure crack of the trades, that might work. And Seven's trying to say he doesn't want to get on. I would like to have 7 on too, because he's a fantastic artist too as well. And good morning, Miss Leslie.
What was that movie with Will Ferrell where he's like, or maybe a crack dealer, but not like a mean one, like a nice one, like, hey kids, you want to buy some crack? I can't think of what the movie was though. I remember the quote.
But anyway,
Leslie, what's up, my friend?
We will get better at trying to reach out to everybody, because there's a whole bunch of people that I do want to get on, and we're approaching.
Yeah, for sure.
DreamHack Atlanta too as well. So Ray and I are going to be doing some stuff at DreamHack.
Tools of the Trade Live.
That's right. And so we're just going to kind of see how that's all gonna pan out, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So, but anyway, without further ado, CrashFury, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I very much appreciate it. He decided to come on last minute. We were talking last night in what is his name? Crater, Mr. Crater, was it? I can't remember his show's name. I think it when it's on the tip of my tongue. But we were talking this thing, and I was like, dude, I'd love to have you come on. He goes, when do you got spots open? And I was like, well, honestly, I said tomorrow, and then after that, it wouldn't be until like October 11th. He's like, hey, tomorrow morning's fine. So I messaged Ray at like midnight last night. I was like, hey, we got a guest for tomorrow. And I was like, it's Crash. So. But welcome on in, Crash. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, be here, guys.
Did he break up, or is it my internet? Is my internet freaking screw up?
I get out.
I think it's you guys.
Yeah, it's me. It's Discord is deciding to poop the bed. Do we get hashtag Discord in chat? Unfreaking believable. Can you guys still see me in the stream at all, or is it Discord that's causing the issue? Anybody out there?
Discord.
It's Discord. Okay. We'll give it a second here, so you can see me, Miss Leslie. Okay, Discord. Yeah, that's about right too as well. Because Ray looks like you see all three of us. It's all scrambled, right? Rip Discord. Yeah. You try to do something professional, and Discord's
I
like,
hear you now.
There we go.
He's back.
There we go. Yeah, it looks like it was Discord. Fat Steven says Discord. So anyway, we could try it again. Welcome.
Discord's out there deleting evidence of other atrocities that were planned on their platform right now. That's what happens.
I bet you $10. Yes, I bet you $10. Yes. Morning,
Dude,
man.
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding with you. So the day that all that news broke that the shooter had been using Discord to coordinate or whatever, it went down for all of us for like 45 minutes, like in various different ways, exactly like what just happened. It'd get real like glitchy, it'd get real whatever. A friend of mine from the UK started texting me. He's like, has anyone heard from this other friend of ours? Has anyone heard from Peter? I cannot find him, and I wanted to find him on Discord, and it said that his account had been disabled. And I was like, nah, man, they're just covering their tracks.
Yeah, they're it's
just absolutely covered.
And I hope they don't come down too crazy on Discord. You know, government has a tendency to way overreach and step their authority, you know, especially matters like this. So hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, it's
either way, we're so bad.
Yes. And so Crash, for the fourth time this morning, good morning. Welcome to the show. This is Tools of the Trade, where everything kind of decides when it wants to work and when it doesn't.
Take two and...
But go ahead, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do. He's a fellow Rumble creator, so I'll let him take it away.
Okay, well, thank you, Tex and Ray. A great honor to be here, actually. And I totally, when you said, well, we got tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
I knew that was my spot because, I've been there. I've been doing live streams, podcasting, all that good stuff for since 2010, actually. Originally from Canada. Worked 22 years in film and television production in Vancouver, working on all the shows like 21 Jump Street and Millennium and Outer Limits, X-Files, all that kind of crap through Rainmaker Imaging. Kind of took a break, changed up careers, went and worked up north, managing 6 oil camps, did that for a couple of years. And then I met the love of my life. She was from New York City, and we got married, and I moved to New York City, and then rest is history. Did a bunch of the stuff for WABC and NBC in the New York City there, doing all kinds of voiceovers and commercial spots, that kind of thing. Ended up doing a lot of segments for Fox affiliates across the country. We're apparently big in Reno, Nevada.
Huh. That's cool.
Also did a lot of remotes for groups like TMZ. We did What's Trending segments for them. So I just kind of been in the thick of it ever since. Voiceover work has dropped off quite a bit, though. AI has taken that.
Thank you, AI. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, AI. Appreciate it very much.
That's pretty much dried up. But I'm telling you, on the live streaming side of things, it's picking up like crazy. And it's really picking up at Rumble. And the amazing thing that I've found, because I've only been here for 2.5, 3 months now.
Mm-hmm.
The amazing thing I found with Rumble as a platform is the community, is the other streamers, the other people that are on here consuming content regularly.
Yep.
It doesn't seem to matter if you're watching sports streams or if you're watching gamers or if you're watching political shows or if you're watching knitting. It doesn't seem to matter the content creator on this. It just seems to attract the same kind of people. And what I mean by when I say that is very giving, very supportive, very loving, very creative, very excited, I think I would say, for kind of every minute that they're on here doing whatever they do. So much so, like we've even got people who donate all of their time.
Yeah.
as moderators for a lot of the shows that they like. They come in, I'll moderate for you. I'll handle the chat. I'll keep everybody going. I'll help put out links, and I'll do right. And those people, they're the greatest of all, right?
Yep.
They're just out there slugging away for you every day. Shout out to Miss Leslie. I see her in the audience there.
Mm-hmm.
And Wendy and so many others. And again, it doesn't matter the type of content or the genre. The people at Rumble all around are just great.
Yeah.
I think that Rumble is like people like it's content creators that are supporting content creators in a big way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's much larger than just some of these other sites are so full of self-centered people. And don't get me wrong, Rumble has its share. I'm not saying that everyone's not out for themselves, but like there has been a much more arms open, welcoming community. Like I could go through this chat right now and between guys like Fat Steven and Tex and Meg's here in chat and Leslie, who didn't know me from Adam at first, that came in immediately and like welcomed me and started introducing me to people. I mean, when you came on Crash, I mean, Leslie, I think you'd been on the platform for like days, and Leslie was messaging me like, you got to hook up with Crash, like let's do a show, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, like, but that reality is that doesn't happen a lot of other places. And for like all of the wrinkles and bumps and bruises and the things that we like to see people on social media complain about with this platform, the community and the people are its strongest asset.
Yeah.
100%.
And I think that's one of the things that really kept me here too. Because when I first came here, I mean, there was like far and few in between, there was Lumpy that was here. There was of course Fat Steven. He's been here. He's an OG from those days too as well. X-Bless, Fat Steven. He's only here for clout. Now that's how Canadians roll with their 78-cent rants. I appreciate that, Fat Steven.
I was gonna say, how much does the $1 American cost you in Canada money? Like $1 billion?
Detected.
I don't know the
Fat
the
Steven
transfer.
Seagal ranted $1 and says I'm
Oh
only
yeah,
here
gamer
for
girl,
clout.
GG's OG.
That's how
Say
Canadians
that 5
roll
times fast.
with our
78-cent
78-cent rants.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I appreciate that, Fat Steven. And you know what that means? That means now that you get 3 rolls on our standalone slot machine that's totally not rigged. Now,
Attitude's here. What's up, Tex?
I even doubled your chances to win, boys and girls. I totally did, 100%.
He's a liar.
So should we go ahead and do that right now? Should we do the spins really fast, or should we wait till later?
You know when he's gonna really triple and quad it when it's my turn to pay for the
That's what I'm saying.
Then it's gonna be like
we're gonna get all that Ray money. You know what I mean?
Win.
Okay, so here we go. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick if you guys don't mind. This is for Fat Steven. Okay, you get me, and then you get Ray. So
Ray.
Oh man, dude, so close.
What a liar, Ray paid for this.
All right, spin number 2.
Dose.
Yes, and he'll get another 3 too as a result of the
New
other
rant
dollar.
detected. Fat
Ray,
Steven
Ray,
Seagal
and
ranted $1
Get wrecked, dude.
and says what
Yeah,
a liar.
awful.
Ray paid for this.
All right, so here we go. Spin number 3 out of 6. We'll do the other 3 in a little while, I promise. One of these days, somebody's gonna get it. I doubled it. Goat, and Rumble. All right, you didn't win these first 3 spins, but don't fret, Fat Steven.
Don't you fret. There's 3 more coming.
Yes. Thank you for the donos, bro. Appreciate that, and for the rants. But yeah, so I mean, going back to the community aspect and stuff, the platform itself was amazing. There wasn't very many people here. Fox, Lumpy, X-Bless, Fat Steven. And I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. If you can throw out some names that you can remember, Fat Steven. I know Ojai Mark, Amish Zaku was here too as well. Very, very small community, but anytime you went into anybody's chat, Hemp Hero too as well.
Hasn't Helmet Fire been here for a minute?
Helmet Fire's been here for a little while, but I mean, I would say maybe within the last year, probably.
Okay.
You've been here for
Meg's
almost
here
2
for
years,
2
Meg, too, as well. Man,
Jeez.
you're old now, Meg. You're old. You're one of the OGs.
I've only been here. I was only here for like a week before Crash.
Pep, Smooth Rod. I don't remember Smooth Rod, but yeah, there's something beautiful about.
Sorry, pause. What?
No, ball sweat. That's.
No, I said pause. Pause.
Okay, I thought he said ball sweat, so I was gonna give him the floor there. But anyway,
Oh my God.
I swear this is really coffee in my mug. It's not Guinness. I'm not drunk yet. It's not noon.
Oh, geez. See what happens when we bring Crash on.
Yes.
The whole thing falls apart.
But
You
yeah,
blame
so
it.
there's a beautiful thing about this community where, you know, people do support each other by going to hang out in their content and just come to hang out just to chat. And I absolutely love that about here, you know. So do you think
100%.
with like your shows, because I know you were doing late night with Crash before, right? And then you kind of backed off on that one and you're going to now more like afternoons. Is that what you're doing with your content now?
Yeah, that wasn't a me call. I've always been the late night guy. God, 2012 was the first time I got into it, and that's really my jam. That 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. thing. I've always been a huge fan of, you know, the coast to coast Art Bell thing as well, and you know, getting with people, having those conversations. That's kind of where the approach I've always come to it from. The change to the afternoon drive was more a scheduling thing with FuryCast. We've got like 16 shows now. We just welcomed Midnight in the Mountains to FuryCast. They've joined up now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Midnight's good people, man.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Him and Lady Midnight are
100%.
good people.
Well, and that's the thing. Like everybody is,
Yeah.
right? I haven't met or seen
Too many bad
anyone who's
actors.
not.
I've
I
seen
really
and met a
haven't.
couple for sure. I will
Have
say
you?
that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But they're kind of
Well,
like,
you're
you
an
know,
ambassador, right? You
What-
got to go out and meet everybody.
yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, you just, you know, you naturally kind of see that where, you know, some people come on, if they're not getting what they are expected to get, then they get all upset and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, no one really owes you anything, you know.
Yeah.
You know, work hard, do the best that you can, you know, give feedback where you can and stuff like that, and then, you know, let's go for it. And are there sometimes some bugs that we run into on Rumble that drive us
Yeah.
crazy? Yes. I know Fat Steven has been banging his head against the wall because he's been dealing with disconnects and stuff like that from studio for a while, and they've been kind of working through that. But a lot of new streamers that come on and they think just because Rumble's small and just because they're here streaming that, you know, they're entitled to a front page and all that other kind of stuff, and that's not how it works. It's not
No.
how that works, you know.
Well, and the interesting thing is too is quite often, actually last night was a case too, because from that stream that you and I were in, he rated out to somebody else, and it was some guy, 0 viewers. We come in there, the 6 of us, I think it was.
Mhm.
Everybody left except me, and yeah, he doesn't care. He's just there doing the stuff because it's for the sake of doing the stuff, because he loves the game, because right.
Yeah.
It's
Ethereum
and-
too, by the
and-
way, great guy.
those are the kind of people that I'm talking about. There are, yes, okay, I've seen on X some complaining.
Some.
Only some.
Really?
That's being generous.
Is there
I think.
more than some? I didn't see many.
Yeah, it depends. Like one little thing will like pop up, and then all of a sudden, like it's like flies to fresh shit for lack of a better term. It just all of a sudden
it turns into like a free for all.
yeah.
It's
it
like
can.
blood in the water, chum in the water. It's like one person will get on X and they'll be like, you know what's weird? I had a 3-second frame drop glitch on my Rumble last night, and I didn't notice that before. Hey Rick, just want to let you know this is going on. And then there's like 70 people that are like, the frame drop gate of 2025 on Rumble. Can you believe that these idiots would let the frame drop happen and screw me out of all of my money and my features? It's, oh my God, dude, I hate it. I hate it.
Wow,
Someone clip that
okay.
because that's going on X today. I'm tired of it, man. These people, like it's always the most like asinine little things
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
It's like the smallest stuff ever in some case. Like we had a 2-week argument on X a month ago because of thumbnails.
Yep.
Like seriously, like thumbnails. And then honestly, we did a show on it because it became such a talking point, and the chat went insane. Like it with and like. I love opinions. I love when people can come and have discourse and can have debate and can have conversation and whatever. But you get these like pre-adolescent, like entitled little pukes that like bring their army of one follower into the conversation, and they're like, we are being screwed by everything. And you watch their show and it's like, yeah, dude, your show sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know how to talk. You don't look at the camera.
Mhm.
You don't like, when I come in your chat, and I mean Ray, I don't mean other people. When Ray comes in your chat, you can look in your chat and I'm spamming you. Hey, what's up, man? How are the games? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And I'll be in there for 30 minutes. And
they don't even mention it.
Not ever do you be like, oh, hey, Ray, thanks for being here. I'm not saying you got to like take your pants off because I got in your chat. I'm just saying like, like reference that people are talking to you at all. They're the same people that you go online the next day and they're like, Rumble has favorites and they're using their mechanical AI tools to suppress my content that's so elite. It's like, dude, your stuff sucks. Like, it's just not good.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, no.
I don't get it.
Fat
Sorry.
Steven says
you hit a nerve.
That's right. Ray's on fire this morning, everybody. Fat Steven says he had a guy for 2 months come after him over Fortnite category. I remember that too as well, Fat Steven. I remember. You know, so I mean, there are some problems here and stuff like that, but I think overall, it's.
I never wear pants.
Well, hey, to be fair, I mean, it's hard to be fat and wear pants, right? Can we be honest? A muumuu would be more comfortable. Maybe some like extra large, like sweatpants, possibly. You know, or just free ball it out. Put a little fan down there, and there you go, air conditioning.
Could you imagine being this point of his life, actual Steven Seagal, just fat and happy and like not a care in the world?
I think that would be great, dude. I mean,
that's my spirit animal.
You know, I think he's earned it. You know, so I mean, in terms of like Rumble, there are some complainers and stuff like that, but I think overall,
sure.
You know, especially for a show like yours, which you have really good high production quality, is absolutely great. You know, it's in such a great place for like a show like yours and stuff to kind of come on. Now, how are you guys kind of handling everything? Are you guys going to be doing like a 24/7 kind of a channel eventually, or what are you doing future wise?
Where the model's going is because I think one of the first things that kind of made me kind of dream that up was that it's like you get on the platform and there's all these categories and there's all these streams all the time and there's so much content. It's like, well, geez. I mean, it's great, but God, you could waste a lot of time going through a lot of stuff that you don't need to go through. So my thinking was, well, shit, you know, if we were to kind of have everybody run another RTMP out through FuryCast of shows that we've kind of gone through and you know, looked at the criteria for things like audio video quality and the presenters and the interaction and all these things that we were just talking about. If you can kind of grab all those guys and throw them into one bin, that's going to be a popular bin.
Yeah.
So that's really where it came from. And the benefits, again, it's really what we're doing is we're building a community inside the community.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I kind of see it as sky's the limit because, you know, you talk about 124-hour stream. We've already had some meetings with all the shows about scheduling and about other things to do with where that overall goal goes. And I can see in the future, of course, it's going to take some infrastructure, but I can see in the future that we would run a number of 24-hour streams on regular schedules so that people always know. You know, so-and-so is on at 2:00 in the afternoon every day, blah, blah, blah. Right. And they can, Yeah.
And I think,
cool,
I think that's great. Cause I mean, I've been doing that with RUM-Bot music where, you know, basically I've got a dedicated mini computer here in the office that sits behind my thing and it runs the music. So people can go by and listen to music 24/7. Of course there is issues on Rumble's end where for some particular reason it decides to shut off after so long. I've talked to support multiple times about it. Sometimes it'll do 12 hours and then reset. Sometimes it'll do 18 hours and reset. I think the longest I got was 5 days and it finally reset. And I'm like, come on, I'm just tired of dealing with this. So I'll just deal with it. Now we did have a comment in chat and that was from Sentinel Zero. He says he'll play devil's advocate here. And he goes, you guys be promoting Rumble like it's the end all be all. So it will rub people the wrong way. And that is very true, Sentinel. But I mean, I've been on different platforms personally myself. I've been on YouTube, I've been on Beam, and then it's went to Mixer, like 7 of 7 knows too as well. It's where I met him. Was on Twitch for a long time too as well. And there's been no platform like this. And sure, we don't have a lot of the same tools that a lot of the other platforms have, right? That's fine. You know, Rumble's trying to do the best that it can, or that it can for the creators and the users. They're getting to stuff when they can get it, why they do certain stuff, and why they determine what's more important than the other. I don't know. You'd have to talk to them about that. But we can be who we want to be here.
Yeah.
And if you don't like somebody, just block them and move on. That's all you got to do. That's the way that YouTube used to be. It's, and there's such a sense of community here amongst the people and the creators and the users that it makes it, in my opinion, the best platform. Not perfect. I just find it to be the best,
Yeah. I mean, I want to be clear too. Like, when I go on rants like I just did, it's not like, hey, Rumble's the best. How dare you have an opinion? That's not what we're talking about. I'm just talking about the fact that like the Twitter space right now, the Twitter Rumble communities are full of children that have not made it on any other platform. And then they come to this platform and also don't make it. And then they want to act like we're all idiots because we believe in the progress that we're making. I mean, like Texas just said, I've been on Twitch, Twitter, Mixer, like Justin.tv, YouTube, Facebook. I mean, I've gone to every single place that I can even possibly think I could stream to. And the reality of it is Rumble and the Rumble community has been, I don't want to say the easiest access point, because there is a lot of work that goes into what we do. But when you have quality content and you got quality production value, it at least gets you a chance. You go to these other places, you don't have a chance unless you know somebody that knows somebody, and you're like, I mean, like there's so much politics involved in like streaming on I'll just tell you, like on Kick, for example. Like I was in Kick very, very, very early and was involved in some of the early Kick like partnership stuff. Like it's funny to me to watch people complain about like Rumble asking us to do ad reads or hit specific metrics, which by the way, every other play like Kick does the same thing with their partner programs. But like the political movement and the clicks and the like, it's like a battle royale of content creation. It's like how you work through it and manipulate your everyday to get in front of people, to have an opportunity, because I've got a sponsorship with this company, and if I open the door for this user to also have that sponsorship, then they're going to raid me 3 times this week with 500 or 600 people, and then that's going to push my algo so I can try to get kicked. Yeah, I mean it's a mess. Like it's a mess. And so like, I don't think that Rumble's perfect. I think that there's probably not a perfect platform anywhere. But to my original point of today, the people that we've come in contact with, and the people, and by we I mean me, the people that I have interacted with has been the thing that's made Rumble stand out. Now also, our TMP pass-through on Studio is not very compressed at all. It's like the lowest compression rate and the highest video quality that I've used in any of those other places. So I'm partial to that feature. As a guy that like pixel peeps every video that I put out to make sure that it's as good as it possibly can be. So like, I think that's great. But yeah, you're right. Rumble's not perfect. It's not the end all be all. I'm not defending Rumble. I'm frankly just fly swatting idiots.
Yeah. And also Schleppy wants to say Rumble is more perfect than those Washington Redskins. So there, shots
Schleppy,
fired. Shots fired.
Brother. Meanwhile, my franchise quarterback's not playing this weekend because he has a boo-boo on his knee. That makes me happy. It's not like RG3 happening all over again. It's definitely not the same thing. So
yeah, no. Sentinel just says in a follow-up, this is because you're successful here. That's all there. It's Vapin's on all platforms, if that makes sense. I mean, in terms of being successful on the other platforms, I've had mild success. Like on YouTube, we became a partner within like 200 follows or something like that. We grow really fast on YouTube. Myself and my good friend Felonius. That's why we're called Vaping Gamers. There used to be 2 of us. Now it's just me. He broke off and kind of did his own thing and then got busy with his family and stuff like that. We grew really fast on YouTube. But as we were starting to explode there, the whole thing with Alex Jones started happening and they started deplatforming him. And I was like, it is not good that we are, all eggs in on one platform. So then I broke off and went to Beam Mixer, and then we basically switched the days that we would be on and try to diversify as much as possible. And like that's why like I still stream over on YouTube, though. For those of you guys on YouTube that are watching right now, I want you guys to come to Rumble. It's better here. That's why I still stream over there, and to let you guys know that I'm also still alive and kicking, doing content over here. And so, even if I was not as successful here on Rumble as I am, which I consider it to be, a little bit success. I mean, it's kind of weird. I don't see myself as anything big. even though I've done a lot to try to build tools for the streamers of the platform, and I've tried to help it, the gaming grow as much as I could since I got here. I just find myself being a content creator who loves to interact, talk with people, and to game.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, and so Sentinel also says gamers are on the same on all platforms, but one thing that stands out are the features. Rumble's just a little bit exactly Sentinel, and the other platforms have been around longer, I think, for a focus on that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, there's that kind of thing. But I mean, with you, Crash, have you been also on some of those other platforms? Have you tried to do like a YouTube and a Twitch and all that stuff? I mean, how do you see your experience on Rumble? And I know we're probably going to get into some weird territory because he's taking a second drink of his big, massive mug of coffee. But how do you find your experience on Rumble when comparing it to, say, Twitch or YouTube or Mixer or whatever?
Well, in specific to YouTube, there's absolutely no comparison. And the reason that I say that is when I started streaming out to Rumble, we were using this multi-stream thing, and the option was there to stream to Twitch and Kick and YouTube. So I was just like, oh, okay, let's go do that, right? Not much thought into it, not no concepting branding for each of the different platforms to appeal to their whatevers. It was just a thing, click the button and go. And I'll tell you, we did a show. It was a 2-hour show. There was a guest, and the guest, we were talking politics, and the guest, during the course of the interview, probably about 50 minutes in, the guest had made mention of something to do with the commentary about a vaccine. So there you are. We're doing a one-on-one interview. They mention blah, 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 and then this vaccine injury, blah. Okay. Before this show was done, there was already, keep in mind, this is our first ever stream to YouTube. Before that show was done, we already had a strike against us, a very stern warning in email that if we ever did anything like that again, you risk having your account deleted for medical misinformation. We're talking about, the invasion, or we're talking about the food crisis, or we're talking about the things going on over in England. And we're getting hit for medical misinformation off just a one-off comment that a guest made. And I kind of expected that when it happened, because YouTube had just before we got there had just changed their terms of service even more. People were screaming up and down that it's just complete total Nazi now. There was a ghost hunting group. They had like 4 million people in their channel. They'd built it up over years, right? Now, YouTube comes out with new terms of service, new rules for all the plebeians. And in the rules, there had been a change. And unless you go through every time they do this and you read all the fine print all the way, you don't know. So these ghost hunting guys are out on location at this abandoned, I think it was a hospital, a mental hospital or something. And they happen to, during their stream, they're live streaming, very popular, 4 million subscribers. They're making some serious money here. This is a multi-million-dollar business. And here's the problem. They go into this one room, and of course, because it's an abandoned building, there's spray paint on the walls and all this kind of stuff. They come across a spray painted pentagram on the floor in the middle of this one hospital room. And then on the wall, the letter is FUCK. And
that could have meant anything.
They got cut down right there in the middle of their stream and deleted.
Wow.
So my question was like, wow, like how do you take a multi-million-dollar income generating company and just shut it off like that? Who the hell do you think you are? Like right?
Yeah.
So no, we stay away from YouTube like the plague. And I big salute to anybody who's still there trying to do it, because I don't know how you can do anything over there anymore.
Yeah, they did a lot of stuff to kind of cut down on. That I think with YouTube, that's the one thing that drives me crazy the most. That upsets me the most, right? Is that you can take and you can spend years building up your channel, years building up your subscribers, your business, and making great content. And I've seen it happen even to people that just reporting on history.
Yeah.
And then they change something at one point in time, and then now it applies to everything in your backlog too, as well, from like 5-6
Yep.
years ago.
Yeah.
And they will literally shut you down, not give you a reason, and they'll just totally ghost you. You can't even get a hold of a human over there to try to help.
No, there's not. And they don't have to give you a reason. And I've seen that response to
Yep.
people on several of these platforms. It's like, hey, we've made our decision, and per our terms, we don't have to disclose to you the reasons for that decision. It's just the decision.
Yeah, and I mean, at that point, I feel like, suing YouTube should be an option on the table. If they could, not deal with the whole, what is it, Section 213 or 230 BS that they all hide behind right now. Which is good and bad, but it's abused. It's very much abused,
so too.
Unfortunately.
I think one of the things that, while we're on this topic of platforms, the difference to me about Rumble beyond even the people is I currently, and I don't have any reason not to, I've got a very firm belief that this whole free speech thing is actually going,
detected.
it functions for both sides.
Mhm.
Like, I've seen people get on Rumble and say some outrageous stuff that I know they couldn't have gotten away with saying literally anywhere else. And it's not stuff that I agreed with. And Rumble gets this this bad rap, like they're this alt-right wing media outlet, and every single one of us is like, red pilled MAGA to the extreme, and like we're gonna, and if anyone says anything against that, like we're taking them down. And that's not the case. Like be on either side, be in the middle, be wherever you want to be, and come be able to speak what your mind is. I think we've seen this week, obviously, all this drama about Jimmy Kimmel getting canceled, and I think it's funny that like the media is doing every single thing they can to blame the president or the party or whatever, but like Disney is the most liberal company in the history of the world, and Disney suspended him. Like, somebody had enough of a conscience to say this comment is inappropriate for broadcast. You know what I mean? Like regardless of political affiliation, I wish that sometimes we could just like eliminate that. Okay. Forget that. Forget the political affiliation. And also, let's pretend, I mean, is there even a conservative mainstream media person? No. Let's make him up. Let's say Crash has a talk show on ABC. Let's just pretend that happens. And Crash gets on in 2020 or whatever the year was and make some comments about George Floyd had it coming. What would we have seen? It would have been bananas. And so like the thing to me, in the middle of like, and like I'm also not defending that people should go publicly say things about George Floyd or anyone. Like, when it comes down to human decency, there are things that should and shouldn't be said. But what I do like about Rumble is they're giving you the leash.
Detected.
Like,
Boom,
you can come on your program on Rumble and you can say the things that you believe, and no one's going to shut you down for it. And I think that's a powerful thing.
100%. And dude, Sma, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, dude. You get
subs gifted by.
You also get
Small
3
for 5
spins
gifts.
on the not rigged slot machine. It's totally not rigged. I promise you that.
Actually, I do have to put out this disclaimer too, because before being on this show, I was like the masses who believe that your little thing is rigged. And
the masses. I love that he says the masses.
I believed, like the masses, that this thing was rigged, and I watched show after show after show you did every week, and you're pulling the lever, and the thingies are spinning, and every time it's like 1, 2, nope, 1, 2, nope. Well, I'll tell you, I've actually seen 2 people win on this now.
See?
There have been 2 winners, so.
It's true. It's true. So
I got to say that. Got to let folks know.
I appreciate that, Crash. So it's true. You can win, you guys. So speaking of that, dude, Small, thank you so much for that. Let's do, if you guys don't mind real quick, we'll do Fat Steven's other 3 spins that he gets. I haven't forgotten about you, Steven. Yeah, I mean, Zareth. Yeah, I'll get your game today too as well, Zareth. Zareth won. He came in the stream. I was like, hey, dude, good to have you. I said, tell you what, let's just do a spin for you. Did a spin, boom, he freaking hit it straight off.
Hilarious. What do you win? He won like a package from whatever, or do you win something else?
No, he won a game of his choice. I've got like a list of like 450 games, and I was like, here's a list, pick what you want. And so I try to do that too as well. So here you go.
I want to spin for free games.
You can spin for free games. Doesn't mean I'm going to send it to you. You're part of the show. Terms and conditions, especially state hosts can't win. No, I'm just kidding.
Me and my family cannot win.
That's right.
Anyone related to me, anyone that saw me in a hallway, anyone that shook my hand.
Okay, so here we go. Here's the last 3 spins for Mr. Fat Steven for now. Remember, he could win. He could win Rage, and Goat.
No!
Goat. Almost. Okay. And we'll get to you, Small, with your spins here, too, in a little bit, I promise.
I feel like the slot machine's intelligence has started trolling everybody by giving the double. It tells you like it gives you the first 2 right recently. There's a day where it was like 3 different ones. Now it's like orange.
It's like, you almost.
You.
Oh, no, you're done. You're done.
Yeah.
All right, and here is the last spin for Fat Steven for his $2 rants. Let's go, Steven. Come on, rumble, and heart. But know that Rumble loves you, bud. Rumble loves you, so do we. Thank you so much.
There it is.
Thank you for playing the Not Rigged Slot Machine. Courtesy of Tools of the Trade.
Rigged.
Small gave me a membership. Thank you, Small. Appreciate it very much. Very much.
And then we'll get Mr. Small here in just a little bit too as well. But yeah, so going back to what we were talking about with Rumble and all that stuff and getting banned, I think that's one of the things that allows all of us to kind of grow here. You know, we don't have to worry about looking over our shoulder. You know, Crash, you can produce the kind of shows that you want to produce. And I mean, you got a new one coming up too with your wife, right? As well. You want to fill us in about it?
Yeah, the Hard and Fast with Kate and Crash. I'll tell you, mostly it's because we're sick and tired of politics. We've been doing it for years. There's really no more conversations there to have. The evidence is all out there for people to find on their own now. There's enough people that know. And, you know, it kind of feels like we've kind of done our job. We fulfilled our responsibility as you know, good-hearted, patriotic Americans, and we've done our job there. Thank God. Let's move on to some fun stuff. So, Hard and Fast with Kate and Crash is a variety show. It's going to be all kinds of stuff, entertainment, reviews, news, all that kind of stuff to do with entertainment, fashion, music. We used to do quite a lot of celebrity interviews with a lot of, we had a whole show dedicated in New York to it, in the studio with Vicky Natali. We had her as a host for that. She used to do one-on-one interviews with all the up-and-comers in music.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to get all back more into the entertainment side of things. And Hard and Fast with Kate and Crash is the first foray into that.
Very cool.
And then also on the independent side, I'm getting in with my Deadpool there. I'm busting into the gaming game because
let's go.
That's awesome.
We got to do it. We got to do it.
He has recruited me to play Jump Space with him. He told me last night that I was going to have to go.
Not bad. Like it's honestly, I'll be very clearly. Jump Space is not the kind of game that's like normally my jam. I played a lot of Destiny, and I think it's similar to that in some cases. But I will say the teamwork aspect of it, where it's like, okay, we got one pilot, we got one gunner, we got a guy that's like, the ship's on fire, go put the fire out, like that kind of, like that was fun. Like I'd never done anything like that. My only beef with Jump Space right now is when I was streaming yesterday, I was getting like 15 frames per second, and it made me very sick.
That was painful to watch, dude. I appreciate you, and it was very painful to watch 15 frames.
But I played last night. I don't know if they did an update or something. I played last night, just ran one mission, and I was getting like 150 frames. I was like, okay, maybe it was because I was streaming. I don't know. Like, it just was. It hurt.
Yeah,
it hurt in a big way.
That's cool. So, what kind of like are you just gonna play like any kind of games and stuff like that on your Deadpool channel, or?
I think mostly first-person shooters. That was always my jam back in the day. Back in the Unreal Tournament days.
Yeah, back in 8-bit pixel, you know, the 2 lines in Pong. That's where real gamers lived, everybody. Pong, like this, okay? You had the little controller with a little turn knob to race. Yeah, it was great.
We had a Commodore 6400 or 65, whatever the number was after it. We had one of those things.
Yeah, I grew up, actually I had an Atari like 9200 PC or something like that. I forget. I mean, that's where like I first did my code. I spent 2 days learning how to code a screensaver by hand, freaking copying it down, messing it up, and then going back trying to figure out where my code was wrong. But You know,
Boxing's right. Jump Space is like Sea of Thieves in space.
Yeah,
Black
Boxing,
Fox,
that reminds me of that too. Yeah.
Yep.
Morning, Black Fox. Good to see you, my friend. Well, that's very cool, dude. I'm really excited to kind of see what you do. You know, and you know, because kind of like what we also want to do here. And I've been having a great time having you on the show and talking and stuff. And I can't believe it's almost been an hour already. But
we've never even hit the topic.
I know. And so one of the things that we also do here too is we kind of talk about gear and kind of setup. And I'm going to show these pictures again since some people are new here. First, we're going to look at the ultimate setup, everybody. The ultimate setup right here.
Get off my back, Tex.
Okay, ultimate setup right here,
where
guys.
did you even get that picture?
I don't know.
Get off.
I don't know.
My
Someone
back.
sent this to me from somewhere. You know, I can't say for sure, but this is the ultimate setup right here, everybody. This is Ray's setup right here in his living room, which is totally fine. It's beautiful. He's got pictures of his family.
Literally in my living room. It is 1,000% my living room.
Yes, and that's okay.
I sat in here last night with my wife and my daughter, and we watched Mission Impossible 1 last night, right on that couch.
See, and that's great.
Perfect.
Next to my couch the whole time, I'm staring at my PC.
Yes. And so, you know, make your stream and your setup wherever. I mean, look, he's got 3 different monitors. He's got his lights right there. He's got his gaming chair, all that stuff, and a perfect little space for him. And of course, then it looks great because you have then the backdrop of his TV and it's all, you know, filtered and kind of faded down. So he pops a lot
that's
more.
not a production TV. That's literally the TV that I watch football on.
Yes.
Like, it is like, the thing that I do want to point out about this photo, though, that's crazy is we've talked about this on the show before, and Crash, you can speak to this as well. Like, lighting is so important, and sometimes I think we get really caught up on like front wash lighting, and we've talked a lot about front wash lighting, but then like even accent and creative lighting. So like when I'm in my quote studio, and I hate it during the daytime because I can't stop the sun from coming in. We used to have blackout curtains. I don't know what happened to them, but like I guess my wife wanted the thinner white curtains now, and so like the sun destroys my look during the day, but at nighttime when I'm live, like everything's really controlled, and I'm separated like really harsh, like it's fully separated from the background, which is what I want it to be. But when you look at like legitimately, those are just normal lamps from IKEA that we have in the room, like decorative lamps. And I just put LED bulbs in that I control the colors of the bulbs. I mean, like no one would walk into my room other than seeing the giant computer concoction in the corner and think that it can look like that ever. So like, that's a $20 element that has really defined a large portion of my look.
And I think that's great, dude. You know, I mean, it works well. It's simplistic, and it's beautiful. And I mean, like, you know, I was sharing with Crash with you guys before that, you know, if you go back and you watch my streams from like a year or two ago, here you're going to notice where I was at. I was in my master bedroom, and so I had the bed behind me and everything. I mean, you make do with what you got, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then of course you come over here to Crash's stuff, and I promise you, Boxing will get to your
Crash's
question.
Stuff again. Body shame me.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so this is typically what it looks like when he is streaming here, where he's got his different, you know, capture screens right here, which looks absolutely great. And then of course he's got like the ultimate, and this is only like half of your setup, right? Crash, this is only half.
Yeah.
And so
I also want to talk about using the LED panels to reflect off the ceiling as soft boxes. Well done,
dude.
Well done,
I started doing that because of our show with Tim the Tool Man.
Oh, really? That's the first time you'd ever done it?
Yeah, I never thought about pointing it towards the ceiling before, and then he did that, and I was like, dude,
the diffusion off of white walls is such a clutch deal. I did a promo shoot for one of the programs that I worked on, and we had like a new book or something coming out, and so of course we're showing people like having their morning coffee and reading the book and yada yada, and we actually shot in my kitchen that had just been like remodeled, and I don't have any like fancy lighting in there, and because everything was done like with white cabinets, it was all like super reflective, and so like direct light on the subject ended up being really harsh or like shining off of the cabinets. And so we put 3 1x1s strategically around the shot and like angled them to hit the ceiling and then softbox down, and it was one of the best lit promos I ever shot in my life.
Dude, that's great. And I see that he's doing that too as well. But how many screens and all that stuff do you have?
28 screens total here, including
all of them. He has all of them, Tex.
Yeah, all of yeah.
I got all of them.
You guys ever went to Best Buy and looked at the TV section? That's Crash's studio. There you go. Right, it's wall to wall.
You see those soft boxes on the ceiling there? There's a number of them placed around on the ceiling, actually affixed to the ceiling. And those can be repositioned kind of anywhere to like green screens.
Nice.
So, of course, we got the Elgato roll-up green screens, those portable guys. Those things are the cat's ass. I love them. You can pop them up anywhere, even in these kind of cramped quarters. And away you go, and the daylight just works perfect for lighting those up, and then of course you're free to do whatever with the key lights or the GVMs or what have you. I got some aperture stuff too, and that works for different color effects and
that is so
I
crazy.
just want to point out that like all good content creators, Crash also has guitars on as well.
Yes, that's true. And
Crash
if you
has
notice,
guitars. We just showed one of my guitars. Tex has like 3 hanging from his wall.
yes, I actually have 4, but one of them's downstairs right now. But you'll notice, you guys, right down here this is a corded phone. Just to let everybody know out there, all you young people, this is the way phones used to be. Right here, you had to sit down in your house and use the phone attached to your ear. You couldn't go drive your car. You couldn't go to the bathroom. You had to sit there because it had a cable attached to the wall. Just want to throw that out there.
Boxing with the cat emoji, jaw drop at the screens.
I know,
That's
right?
basically the way
Boxing?
I felt about it the first time I saw it.
And this is only half
Also
of the studio.
Yeah. There's production and production. The computers. There's for anybody who wants to know. There's 4 Corsair blackout systems I custom built. They're all Intel based, 14900s, 4090s for the video cards, 64 gigs DDR6, I think it is. And we went with the gigabyte main boards, the Aorus or whatever the hell they're called, with the 8 terabyte M2 drive slots. So tons and tons of super fast storage space. Kind of spared no expense on that. So there's 4 of those systems. One's dedicated as the streamer. One is dedicated as a production system. One is dedicated as a video editor. And the last one is dedicated as, that's the audio system there just in the center of the screen.
Yeah, it's a serious audio system setup too as well.
Well, it is, but it isn't. There's, in that center box there that you're checking out, a lot of folks will recognize some of those pieces. And they're not high end, like, each one of those slots there, a one-use space. There's dual preamps for microphones. There's 4 channels, and then there's signal processing and equalization down the chain and all that good stuff. Then at the very bottom, you can't see it. There's an 8-bay headphone mixer.
Jeez Louise.
So we can run independent signals all the way around the studio, give people their own headphone mixes. And most of the voiced over work and stuff is all done over at that station behind me. And that's basically how we kind of set up the workflow. And it works brilliantly. No complaints so far whatsoever.
Yeah, that's great. Because, whenever we talk about audio, I don't know how many of you guys out there have tried to mix audio, and I'm going to show this video real quick.
Oh, I love this vid.
To where it basically kind of gives you an analogy of what it's like to be like an audio engineer whenever you're doing this. Because I was trying to get audio all set up before stream too as well. And tell me, because I'm sure you've had to do some audio engineering, haven't you? Right, mixing and stuff for people. Okay, tell me what you think about this video. So there you go. But that is what it's like to be a mixing engineer a lot of times. You know what I mean?
I heard it. I
can get you a link to the vid as well, Piggy Boy. It's actually, you can find it on YouTube and stuff too. It's like, good morning, Real Tomby. Really good to see you, Blues Nut. Welcome on in. Piggy Boy wanted to know if you play those guitars.
Yes.
Let me see. Is my camera turning on? So as you guys can see, if you guys have
Go
been here in my streams,
Tex, show them yours, brother.
I do play guitar, and I will do. Sometimes I'll do music streams and stuff like that, especially for the premiere. From our premiere hours, I'll just put on some music and I'll just play along, and we'll just kind of jam. And I play the real guitar. I don't play like rock, rock guitar or Rocksmith or whatever the heck it is. Which is fine if that's all you can do. but
You mean Guitar Hero?
Guitar, is that what it's called? Guitar Hero? It's guitar.
Well,
It's
Rocksmith actually is like it'll hook an electric guitar up to your machine,
mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like Guitar Hero, but it's teaching you how to play the actual chords and the lead lines and like all of it. Like it's actually Rocksmith. I'm actually into. Like
Yeah,
that's a real
Rocksmith Plus is amazing.
Yeah, a Guitar Hero is just a little toy guitar shaped controller. That
I know. So I mean, so do you actually play the guitar, Crash, or no?
Yeah, when I was 10 years old, my grandparents sent me to the Conservatory of Music for 4 years for piano and music theory.
Nice.
Then I got out of that, got into synthesizers and rock and roll and all that good stuff, and went through the 80s and 90s. Kind of got bored with all that stuff. The guitar looked challenging, so I was like, yeah, hey, why not? So I picked that up, and the lead guitarist in our band tutored me.
Oh, yeah?
So I would say that where my skill level is, I'm no Yngwie Malmsteen, but I can certainly, I would say I would classify myself as a rhythm guitarist. There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's the best guitarist to be. That's what I like doing, rhythm and singing.
Hold it, lock it down, dude. Lock it down.
But that is the link to the vid right there, Piggy Boy. You guys can check out. It's one of the things I saw that video a long time ago, and I'm like, that's exactly what it's like. Because I used to do a produce for a show here locally in San Antonio, and trying to get everybody dialed in and get the volumes just right and stuff. While everyone's live was tough. Well,
welcome to our life, man.
What I even did too as well. What I used to do when I did my internet radio stuff, I would actually get musicians live through Skype, and so they would set up where they're at, and I would mix them all in, and they would do it live, and that was kind of fun too as well. But a lot like running around like that, trying to make them sound good.
Here's a COVID memory. One of my favorite COVID memories of all time is me and two other buddies of mine that all play guitar, that we were in at the time, Ohio, Maryland, and Florida, like just spread out. We all got on a Skype call and ran our guitars. I ran my acoustic in through my audio interface, and we mixed all of our stuff, and we just played together for like 2 hours. It was fun.
I know. It's really.
I can't believe we've never done it again. It was a lot of fun, actually.
So with all that being said, what would you suggest for somebody that is maybe looking to kind of get started in streaming, or maybe they've been, streaming for a while? Are there any kind of brands or any kind of tips and tricks you could kind of give them just starting out, to what to kind of look for and what to kind of focus on?
Well, why don't we do it this way? Hit it this way, Crash. Hit it from like video, light, and audio. Like hit one of each.
Well, for things in terms of lighting, let's just talk about lighting first of all, right? One of the biggest things with lighting that people get wrong is, oddly, white balance in their camera.
Yeah, yes. For sure. 100%.
If you go with just some of these soft boxes you can get for like $12 on Amazon, and you're like, oh yeah, but that's cheap. It's garbage. It won't last. No, they'll last. The big key point is, look at the specs for the lighting itself. You want that 5500K. That's daylight. Okay. You want that because that is your bar. That's your standard. That's your illumination, and you want that to be the same throughout. So that down the road, if you get another one and it's 55K, it's going to line up perfectly. You don't have to mess around. There's no dialing up or down or anything. Easy, fast, simple, and cheap. That's what you always got to think.
Yeah.
So in terms of lighting, some of the top companies that put out really good quality, I mean, you can see I use Elgato key lights.
Yep.
You see Ray in his setup there. He's using the Keylight Juniors, I think they are, the minis.
They're Airs.
Airs, that's right.
You guys know your fancy lights. I use a Logitech.
Now you pay attention to things like brightness, right? Because the Elgato key lights that I've got here, I think the output rating on those is just a little over half more of what the Airs are.
Well, the thing is too, like the Airs will rip. I'm at like 8% right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Can't see your eyes. I'm just
kidding.
It's
because of my head.
So, something like that. If you don't want to spend $150, you don't have to. I mean, you can go literally, like I say, get yourself a couple of little soft boxes, $30 max, I think. You can put together, right? They come with cheap little stands. They might be a little rickety, but you shore them up. You make it work. When it comes to, what's the next thing? Cameras?
You can do cameras or audio, whatever, too, as well. Whatever order you'd like to go in.
Well, let's go to cameras because there's a lesson to be learned here. When I built this studio, we spent $45,000, and in that budget was DSLRs for main 1, 2, and 3 cameras because of a number of reasons, not the least of which was the quality out of a DSLR, right? You just can't get that with webcams, or you couldn't. But of course, right after we got these, there's a little company called RUM-Bot.
Yep.
And they come out with a little 1-inch square mini. I think it's called the Meet 2. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love my RUM-Bot.
Oh man, these things are the cats. That's what you're looking at me through right now. I'm not using any of the DSLRs. No way. Nope. This thing, ever since I got them, I'm like, wow, these are really it. Here's the beauty about them, kids. $129, right? $129. That's all it is. And guess what? It comes with its own software. And the only thing that I have to say bad about these cameras is that they only come with a 3-foot cord. You actually have to go out and buy yourself a 10-foot or 12-foot, whatever, USB-C cable to make it work and positionable. But if you're just on a laptop, it's perfectly good with what it comes with. Excellent video quality. It's got built-in audio, but I never use it. And but I swear by these things, and the software that you get, absolutely free, also has a little built-in switcher in it. So you can actually run 4 of these things right out of that little free piece of software. And it works like the dickens. You know, yeah, you could go the black magic route, sure, but why spend all that money, right? You get yourself a nice little 3-cam setup for next to nothing, $500, done. So that is I would highly recommend. And if you can't afford, $129 for the camera, just wait longer, save up, because I'm telling you, for the money, you're just not going to get a better picture. You're just not. Things like audio now. Depends on what you're going to go for. Depends on what kind of setup you want. Depends on ultimately what kind of content you're doing. And are you going to have the need to go outside and do remotes? Can your cell phone do that for you? Or are you going to need something more robust? Those kind of questions, it changes with everything. But I mean, realistically, if you just start out with, and I've always been a hater of USB gear just because I'm, an XLR girl. If you get yourself one of these little digital interfaces, I think you can get a decent one now for like $100. A little USB-C interface, takes XLR, get yourself up to the professional level right off the hop, because then there's no waiting when you want to go there. And get yourself Zoom, the Zoom ZDM1 microphone. This is something that I used as a staple for years, and it has quite a bit, I would say, of the characteristics of the SM7Bs here. Okay? There is a little bit of a tonal shift that you get with these that you don't get with those, but I'm telling you, the ZDM1 from Zoom, I think right now it's still retailing for $79. $79, XLR, way you go. Right there. That's really all you need for something like that if you're doing, spoken word content. If you're really stuck and you think you have to, for whatever reason, stick with USB, really, I would say it kind of doesn't matter what you go with USB, because all the Chinese knockoffs are putting out pretty much the same quality now as the $300 USB mics. So go get yourself one of those little $30 things, Yeah,
because
every bit is good.
I think, for myself, like right here, this mic that I'm using right now, it's a blue black Spark microphone, and I have one of the other ones, the baby one, and I love my blue mic. And this is only $70, and it's amazing quality condenser mic for $70. And of course, I use it with the Roland Bridgecast, and I go through XLR because I like XLR. To carry my audio, then I can send it all into USB and all that other kind of stuff. I've never gone with a USB because I've always been kind of afraid of the drivers crashing or whatever. So I totally hear you there too as well. Now, Zerith did have a question too as well, and for those of you guys, if you guys both want to weigh in, he says I don't want to use my real camera, but rather a 2D and 3D animation, but it's taken me a long time to draw a model, etc. Do streamers get more love with real live camera, or can a cartoon also work?
So you still need a camera to do. So it doesn't have to be a good camera, but you do have to have a camera to do that. Our friend Gore that was on here a couple of weeks ago, he did the show with us live as his cartoon character. Yep. There's kind of two sections of that. There's VTubers, which are virtual tubers, and getting those designed is if you can't do it yourself, it's not cheap.
No, it's very expensive.
PNG tubers, which is what Gore does, and I love his. He's developed his own character, and basically, he's found some guys. I think he said he would supply links for him on like Fiverr and stuff like that. That basically animate all the different versions of like the pieces that he needs, and then he has a plugin that goes directly into OBS, and it tracks his face, so it'll blink his eyes every so often. If he has a drawing of his cartoon character holding a controller, and then if he's playing a game with the controller, if he moves his hands up and down, the controller even moves up and down. Like, it's very robust, and he says it's pretty easy to do. I think that he told me his initial setup once he designed like the character, and I believe he did use AI to get the design of the character kind of down. After he did that, I think he spent like $15 on his first PNG tube set from a guy on Fiverr. So like you can do it pretty cheaply. You just got to make sure you got a camera on that will track you, and then the software in OBS that tracks you will let your cartoon character interact.
Yeah, and what do you think, Crash?
I agree with everything you just said about that.
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of as well with interaction and love from the chat, it really depends. Like for example, like Fat Steven, who's still hopefully around here somewhere. Appreciate you, Fat Steven. He does that too as well. And he's an amazing content creator. He's got his little Fat Steven that sits there with a bucket with hair, which is great. I give him a hard time about all the time. And but he interacts with chat and he talks and it's fantastic. So it is possible. It's just a lot harder. People like to see more of a person than they do like to see an animation. It's just the way that it is. It's always going to be that way. So you just got to be
and I don't want to get like in total defense of VTubers here, and like, I mean, because it's a niche, it's its own thing. Yeah, like it's 100%. A creative choice. Like and VTubers, some of them are like furries, and they have like this whole alter ego, and they build it and they live it, and it's a whole thing. Like I'm not trying to knock it. I'm just saying like it's a big thing.
Yeah.
But when I first got into streaming again, I was told by several people, they were like, your interaction with people is amazing. Your voice sounds good. You got great content. You are old, and no one on Twitch wants to watch an old guy. You need to do a VTuber. Like you need to not show your face. You need to animate and create a character that you can animate, and then let people not ever understand how old you are, because they will not watch you for that purpose alone. Like no one's going to watch you play Call of Duty was basically what I got told. And so like, I mean, I don't know that's the truth, but it's worth considering. On the other side of it, I know a lot of people who have very important corporate and professional and government-based jobs, but they still want to game at night, but they need to be Batman. Like they need to hide their identity so that no one can ever trace their gaming back to their career, because it would destroy them. And again, like I'm not saying that these are ignorant people, but the reality of it is there are a lot of professions that if they found you playing Call of Duty online at midnight at night are not going to be excited about that. Like they don't want you to go lead their Fortune 500 executive level staff meeting tomorrow and know that people could have been in a chat watching you assassinate someone as Beavis and Butthead in Call of Duty. Like people just don't like that. I mean, we could do a whole show about that, like whether that's right, wrong, or indifferent, but it is a fact of life. It's a truth. So a lot of people that do that for that purpose.
Detected.
I know a guy
Ryan
who was a very successful, he was on the Redskins beat with me, unbelievably successful, a small short form blog, and did like small, like 10-minute podcasts 3 or 4 days a week, just talking about Redskins stuff. His account blew up like 20, 30, 40,000 views on Twitter back in the day, which was pretty difficult to do, to just do on Twitter. And someone at his job caught wind of the fact that he was doing football content. He didn't do anything wrong. And they were like, stop. And so he literally killed that account and relaunched it under a different name, refused to show his face, would not use his name. Like he just goes by Burgundy Blog now, period. And I think he was a nurse or a doctor or something like that. And his management was like, we cannot have you using your name out on social media doing any type of creative content, because whether you like it or not, it is going to come back to us. So that's why people do stuff like that.
That's true. And I know that Piggy Boy had a question about is there software out there that lets you update when you go live to all your socials? There's a program called If This Then That, which you can use. The downside is they don't have anything built for Rumble integration right now. You know, that's part of the issue of being on here, is that trying to get other developers to be like, hey, we are live here too as well. Help make some tools for us to help grow our platform over here. But you can get something called If This Then That, and you can tell it, when something happens, then I want you to do this. So if this happens, then that happens. And that's kind of what that is. So if this, then that. Go and check it out. I use it in some of the Discords that I'm in to kind of post about when people post on social media, or what have you. If you want to have like a Discord bot to let people in your Discord community know that you're live, there is a RUM-Bot live alert for Discord that we have on our website at rumbot.org. You just go and check it out, click on the Discord link, install it. It's pretty simple to use. If you've got any questions or problems,
probably do that.
You probably should. There's a lot of things you should probably do, Ray. But anyway,
I get it.
So, make sure you do that. And I know, Boxing, we still have your question pinned, and we'll get to it here in a little bit. Because I'm curious to know what Crash thinks about this too as well. But okay, so now you get into the microphones, right? And you get into the cameras and stuff like that, the USB. Where should we just go ahead and move to, like, mixers? Do you do mixing like via maybe the computer, or would you consider, like, hardware? I mean, what are your thoughts kind of going forward with the rest of the stuff?
Well, with this studio right now, our bread and butter backbone is the Mackie DLZ creators. We got 2 of them. They are like, I should qualify it. We also have Rodecaster Procaster 2s, and if you're in the know about those, there's absolutely tons of videos on them and their capabilities. Those are kind of the bread and butter for your average person out there looking to get into streaming. If you're looking to get into it, that's probably the thing you're wanting. You want a Rodecaster, one of the variants. They have, I think, a 2-channel version as well. Better price, that kind of thing, less features, but for every XLR plug you've got in the thing, they're every bit the same as these are. So there's some options there with that. There are, it's really dicey because before this, I was actually using an analog mixer.
Wow. To go live?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Would not recommend that to anybody. It was a total pain in the ass, hard to do the conversion, all kinds of, noise issues and static issues and that kind of thing. But as far as the interface goes these days, that there's some very inexpensive, really good options out there.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't look to the Chinese names like Beng Feng and all those guys for those kind of options, because they have a bunch out there for like $30 and they're not good. But any of the major companies, I think. Well, Rode, of course, they've got an array of them, but they're a little more on the pricey side. I think I gotta say that probably the best interface that's quality, it's got quality components in it, that you could get for doing this kind of stuff would be a Focusrite. Any of the Focusrite stuff, the 2i2, the 2i6, i8,
18920. That's my baby, the 18920.
Yeah, because they're
I love it.
They start you out. I think the 1 or 2 channel is like $60.
They're up now though, Crash. Like the Solo is the price point on the Solo right now is like 100, and the price point on the 2i2 is like 150.
I just got sponsored by Bang Fung.
Tariffs.
That's even. Oh man, I just got.
Yeah, I mean, what I put it into as well, because I use the Roland Bridgecast, and you're absolutely right. There is some amazing digital tools that are available, not only that kind of work digital and also hardware, like the Roland Bridgecast 2. I mean, I still use a 12-channel Behringer, which I mix all my sound to that, and then from that, I send it over to my streaming PC, which is right here, when I'm doing my gaming and stuff like that. But I use the Roland to dial everything individually in, so that way by the time it gets to my mixing board, then it's already pretty much done.
Well, a lot of folks are confused too about Behringer equipment, because there's a big hate group out there for Behringer equipment, but then there's also a lot of people that swear by them. And what I can tell you from personal experience is that a Behringer 1204 USB would be like a perfect option, because A, it's super cheap.
That's what I use.
And B, the real problem with Behringer, their number one problem is dust.
Yep.
That's their number one problem. They don't have good dust containment. They don't have, up and down the faders on most of your quality stuff. You see those little brushes in there?
Yeah.
That's to keep dust out, right? You don't want dust in there because, of course, dust on the components causes static, causes interference, causes shorting. Yeah. So, and that's Behringer's number one problem. So, if you can get yourself, if you like to tinker, right? If you like to play around with electronics and stuff, you don't mind opening these things up. You're not afraid that you're going to kill anything. And you want to go in and do like a regular maintenance clean. Like I've had, the 1804, I think, is what we used back in the day, back in 2010 when we started. We used like an old 12-channel Behringer. And I just, got in the habit of every 3 months just opening it up, blowing it out, cleaning it all out, and this thing works rock solid. It's great. So
yeah, that's the thing I've got to do with mine too. I keep forgetting to open it up and blow it out. But I mean, I love it. The thing's been a workhorse. I got it for like $300. My wife got it for me for my birthday one year. Used it for my, internet radio stuff that I did for a long time and the shows I did. And it just was sitting in my closet. I'm like, well, you know what? We're going to start doing some gaming streams. Let's go. And
what's up, Slinger?
I love it too because it's got built-in compression on the mic inputs, which is fantastic. Yeah. So if I got a bunch of people mic'd up, I just turn that baby on, let it compress, and that way then everything is just gloriously smooth. I mean, I try and I hope that this stream the audio is going to be mixed well, because I try this every time. I've gotten it right once out of 6 episodes so far.
It's okay. Right. That's pretty good for baseball.
And I appreciate the $1 rant, Fat Steven too. You're going to get 3 more spins. We've got to do Sma still, and we're going to get back to Fat Steven too as well. But yeah, so I mean, I think in terms of equipment, like Ray, you were showing like last week we looked at that. Was it not Logitech but Corsair?
Yeah, Corsair, the Xeneon.
Yeah, which that is really really cool. I mean, like what you got behind you on your right. Fury, it looks like that, but it's like a separate like screen, so you can have like your OBS and all that stuff kind of built in. So, all the different possibilities are endless with that thing that you can use for all your audio and stuff. Dude, like that.
I was just telling, we just did the football podcast on Wednesday, and I had a guest that I know from the DC market come in and do the show with me, and he remembers from when I used to be on the beat 10 years ago, and we were talking about the difference in content creating 10 years ago when they didn't even know what to call social media. They called it new media in like the sports world. Like they didn't have a clue how to handle Twitter or who earned access or what all those sorts of things were. And I said to him, I was like, man, like the technology has jumped so far and become so much more accessible than it was 10 years ago. Like I was running my podcast back in the day, we would have guests that would call in through Skype, and I was using literally Xbox headphones plugged into the audio jack on my PC to like be my audio input. And now, somebody last football season didn't agree with one of my takes, and they said their quote, I'll never forget it. It said, "Guys, we got to make podcast equipment more expensive so guys like this don't have a voice." I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, like he disagrees with me. I get it, but like the point that I'm making is like all this equipment, like whether it's smaller, cheaper companies like Fifine, like, yeah, I would never recommend somebody just go get a Fifine mic, but if that's what your budget is, we can make it work. You know what I mean? Like, I did a live, Joe Donuts was live like a month ago almost, and was kind of obsessing over mics and talking about what he needed to have and what he wanted and the issues he had. And I said, well, let me jump in your chat. And from his chat, I didn't even get on a call with him. from his chat, I was like, okay, go into your OBS, pull your 3-band up. Let's check your condenser. Let's check. And like, by the time that we were said and done, the mic that he had sounded light years better. I think we just did the same thing a week ago with Bearded Nerd. Guys that are going USB mic and they're using OBS for their 3-band. I wouldn't recommend that, but I mean, like, you can do it. And if that's what your budget is, like, I mean, if this was the whole point of today's show, okay? If the space that you have is like me, it's a cubby that's punched out in a wall to build your rig to do your studio, you can do that and you can be successful. If you are blessed enough to have a $45,000 launch budget and launch a studio and build it like what Crash has, praise God. Like, you can do that too. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in a side room with some old gear like that, like there are varied levels of how all of us set up our broadcast studios, our broadcast experience, our broadcast equipment. If you can get video feed, if you can get audio feed, you can work on it and you can make it the best that it is at the level that you are, and then you go to the next level. Like, I think Crash and Tex, all of us, like, we've been building these rigs and learning how to build these rigs for at least a decade, if not multiple decades. Crash has a background on television. I've got a background on television. Crash got a background on radio. I've done some radio. Tex has done radio. Like, the whole point of us having these conversations and bringing the people that we're bringing in is to bring in people that have done this on big, small, and medium levels, and say to you, hey, here's some tips and tricks that we've learned, and here's how you can make it better. So I say all that to say, I see so many people on social media and in my chats and in these chats that say things like, oh man, I'll never be able to get quality like that. What's even the point? No, there is a point. Like, there are platforms for you to have your voice heard. And if you want it bad enough, you can learn how to do it regardless of your budget and regardless of your situation.
Yeah. And I think that that's important, you know, to remember that. You know, when I first started out, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I used to do live internet radio streams from just about anywhere. As long I would take an old USB stick, like the 3G or whatever from, like, you know, Sprint back in the day, and I would take that with my laptop. Then I'd have a plastic container that had all my wires, had a little four headphone amp with a little 10-channel PV USB mixing mixer that I had. And that's what I do. I go to these events and I would live broadcast it online. And, you know, I'd get plugged into the engineer's, you know, audio engineer's, his mixing board that he had for the main stage, and just go to town, do live interviews and all the other kind of stuff. And so you slowly build up your stuff over time. You find out what works and what doesn't work, and then you kind of hone in on it, and you just kind of run with it. And I think, you know, don't be discouraged if you don't have a whole lot of stuff right now. You know, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Ray. Yeah. You know, anytime you'd be like, hey, do you think you can help us, you know, dial it in and all that kind of stuff? And that's totally fine. You totally can. And I thought that there was a question too as well. Yeah, Slinger Games wants to know. He says he has a dumb question. There is no dumb question. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask. What is a good mic stand? Do you recommend a stand or an adjustable arm? What do you guys think?
What's your budget? That's the question.
Well, you can get like this stand right here. Let me see here if I can. This right here, this boom arm, it was $30 on Amazon, and it works fine. Works great. So $30 from Amazon. I'll drop a link in below in the chat. What's up, Lady Midnight?
The only thing that you need to pay attention to is your weight rating on some of these.
Yes,
so
that's very important too.
I used to have a $30 Amazon mic arm, and I loved it, and it was great, and it worked fantastically. And then I got an MXL 4000 mic that weighs like, I swear that mic weighs like 15 pounds. It is the heaviest mic. It's a great mic. It sounds fantastic, but it's just very, very, very heavy. And my mic would just droop and droop and droop and droop and droop. And so the one that I currently use, I've got a low profile. This one is actually Elgato. It's the Wavecaster arm or whatever they call it, LP, the low profile version. It's like $100. It's not cheap. This is the most expensive mic arm I've had, but it is solid quality, and I can move it like wherever I want to move it to, and it's very responsive. And I would prefer for my mic to come from under instead of to come from high. So like, there's just lots of different ways and things that you can do it. But I've seen people that have streamed for 10 years and been very successful with $10 Amazon arms. The only caution is weight rating. Like some of the cheaper stands won't hold heavier mics.
Yeah. So here's a link to like what I'm using. And what about you, Crash? What do you think?
Well, I kind of came at it from the radio broadcast side when it came to boom arms. And basically what I went with was what all the radio stations had at the time, which was the Ore These kind of guys here with the spring loads on them, right? Kind of went with these because they came with something that nobody else was coming out with at the time. Risers. Risers are key. In fact, I've taken I've kind of modified a couple of other well, to be honest, I cut up a couple of Elgato key light stands.
I've done that.
And I've got
Yep.
those actually working right now as risers for the Ore spring loaded booms that we use here. The reason that I went with them is because the weight of these things is ridiculous. And I tried the road whatever arms, and I tried this, that, and the next thing. Low profile arms don't work for these monsters because, of course, when you flip them upside down, they're still way too high. So that's what we went with our hanging booms, because they take anything. There's kind of no weight limit to them, and that can be a concern for some folks. But right here, this thing I'm talking to you on right now is just I think it's a $13 or $14 on stage mic stand that I got on a clamp. That's all.
That's great. Yeah, no, and
you just kind of use what you got to use, right?
Yeah, Fat Steven says that he uses Rode mics, and he said one was a gift. And I remember you winning that from Silver Fox too, as well, Fat Steven. I'm not going to say
awesome.
I'm still jealous about it, but you know.
Well, you stole my custom controller from AIM.
That's true. That's true. The custom controller, you guys. If you guys want to see, are AIM controllers worth it? 100% yes. So that's my custom controller right there. It's got Venom on it. It's all white and red. It's got the clicky buttons. It's got the spider buttons in the back. I love this thing. I'm a controller guy at 100% at heart. So
Crash brought up a good point and it reminded me of something when he talked about the fact that he cut up some stuff. So like this key light area that's right here, the one that I'm pointing at right now, it is actually mounted. You probably can't see it from the picture I sent earlier, but it's mounted to my desk behind my PC. And because of the angle of my PC and the way that I wanted, like, I like seeing the components from my PC, like kind of in front of me. And so there's no space for the foot of the typical key light, like the weighted foot, to be behind there. So I disassembled a desk mount. Really, it's a desk mount camera arm that just went straight up and combined, like kind of Frankensteined it together. And so now my key light is desk mounted. It clips and screws under my desk in that very small space.
Fat
So
Steven Siegel
I say that to say again, like, guys, you're going to come across things when you're building anything, when you're fabricating, when you're manufacturing. Like, some of it is your own ingenuity. Like, some of it's like make your own gear up, guys. You know, like you got to figure out how to make work what you can make work. I did an entire legitimate nationally broadcast interview work that I got flown out to a location and told that the location was totally set up and ready for me to go. I only needed to bring my cameras. That had no tripods. Zero. I got a location. There's no tripods. Like, they don't exist. I literally, I have pictures of it somewhere. The shoot was in the library. I took high back chairs and stacked books on them to the level of the height I needed and set the cameras on top of books. I had a 3-camera shoot with 2 principals, you know, a wide shot and 2 cross shots on principals, and every single shot the cameras were stacked on books. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, it's just like, you know.
Yeah, I know. Megan Moo says, so she tagged you and she said 2 Stream Decks, key light and an Elgato mount, ring light on an Elgato mount with arms for cam, teleprompter, mic arm, and not a sponsor. So I'm sure she's got a serious setup because she's got a great production too as well.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like, you look at companies like Elgato, and you want to keep looking at them, and companies like Rode, you want to keep looking at them, because what they're doing, in case you haven't noticed, is they're actually creating ecosystems that are an all-in-one kind of solution, and they're actually put together by people in the know.
Yep.
And all their stuff works together brilliantly. Like, I can't say enough.
People may or may not know this, and Crash, I'm not sure if you know this, but Elgato is the content creators arm of Corsair.
Yep.
Corsair owns Elgato. So
Yeah.
they're designed for all of those components to function, to be low CPU usage, to let your games run the way that the Corsair side of things would want their components to function. And then Elgato comes in. That Corsair, the Xeneon tablet screen thing that we just talked about, Tex,
Mm-hmm.
it's fully functional with the Stream Deck Anywhere software for Elgato. So you can turn that screen into a touchscreen Stream Deck.
I know. I'm trying to.
There you go. Here you go on the Corsair.
I'm trying to figure out how I could use it in my setup, because like right now, and I know I don't have a picture of it, and I'll have to post it in my Discord later. But I've got like a huge, 32-inch screen here. I've got two 27 2Ks over here. And then, of course, I've got my laptop here, which is my streaming PC. But I always have to turn to this screen to do anything. And so something like that from Corsair I think would be kind of great. But where would I put it? I mean, I've got an L-shaped desk, but I've got like, a Bitcoin miner over here on my right. And I've got an Elgato Stream Deck here on my right where I've got all my sound effects. And I got my Roland Bridgecast right here in front of me with my keyboard and mouse. And then I have another Stream Deck over here on the left, which functions with my laptop. So I've got a bunch of stuff, here on my thing. I'm just like, man, I want that toy though. That toy looks really cool.
It looks so cool.
It looks absolutely amazing. In terms of like the Elgato stuff, yes, they do. I tried working with them before, and they kind of shunned me on. I'm like, okay. So it's been kind of personal for me. So I use other products.
I've never had a connection there. So Elgato,
they're hard to try to get to work with. Once you work with them, then they're a breeze to work with. But they're kind of hard.
I did work with them one time. I have a fourth Stream Deck in a closet somewhere. That's like my backup. I've not used it. It was a white one that had custom red knobs. Elgato sent it to me as a thank you for some Save the Children fundraising I did at Christmas 2 or 3 years ago. It was like when the Stream Deck Plus came out. So I guess I did work on them that way. That lady was super sweet, but no, I've never been sponsored. So.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get sponsorships and stuff like that with brands. They've been kind of burnt, and so the most important thing that you can do, even if it's like a small company and stuff like that. And I even did a review for a capture card, which is like $130, works really, really well. Just make sure you do good on your deliverables. If you talk to them and they're like, hey, we'll sponsor you, we'll try this thing out. Make sure you guys do what they ask you to do. Follow an NDA. If they don't want you to discuss it until a certain time, don't. And just put your best foot forward out there, and brand and deals and stuff like that will come later on. Once they know that you can be trusted and that you can deliver something that they're looking for, then they'll reach out to you again and they'll give you more that you can do. I think that's also kind of important. Okay. So do we cover like all the basics with all the gear and stuff like that?
I think we did.
Yeah.
There's only one thing I would throw in as a little added bonus. It's to do with things that folks don't think about but are really important, and that's microphone cables.
Yep.
Yes, that's a good point too as well.
A lot of folks, that they'll get whatever they can get for whatever their budget affords, and then they'll chimp out on microphone cables. They'll get the Amazon whatever $8.99, 8-foot cable or whatever it is, and go with that. Problem with those is the way those things are manufactured. Quality control is horrible on them.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to get noise. You're going to get interference. You're going to get sometimes they just don't work. And then you look at the more expensive brands and you're like, geez, God, I don't know, $35, $60 for a monster cable. That's just nuts. I'm here to tell you, there's a company called World's Best Cables. This is a broadcast standard. They've been using them for eons. World's Best Cables, WBC. Go look that up at Amazon. Go get yourself one of their 20-foot microphone cables. They're guaranteed for life. If you ever have a problem with it, just send it back. They'll send you a new one. No problem. $21 all day long.
Yeah.
I'm looking them up right now.
Yeah, here's a link right now. There's a link right there to it on Amazon. You guys check it out.
World's Best Cables, man.
Yeah, I think
definitely go there. Also, another thing quick too about the headphones. These things are Barodynamic DT770s. It took a while to build up to those, but I'll tell you, there is another headphone out on the market that is pretty damn close to these for like $49, I think it is. Lix Pro HAS 30s. They're closed back monitoring studio headphones. $39, $49 all day long. And this is coming from a guy who wears them like 12 hours a day. So super comfortable. They don't clamp on you. The great ear pads. Like really, you feel like you're wearing $200 on your head when you're wearing these things. Lix Pro HAS 30s.
Yeah, I like my Astra A40s, but one of these days I'll grow up and I'll be a big boy and I'll get.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've used a lot of headphones, and the A40s are hard to beat. Like they are super comfortable. Their dynamic range is great. Like I've got in my house right now 4 or 5 different pair of A40s that either I'm using or my son's using or like laying around. And it sucks to me because they've kind of moved away from them. They went A60 and they went into like they're really going wireless. With my rig, I prefer wired anyway. Like I just do. I don't want to worry about whether my headphones are charged, if I'm being just completely honest. And I just bought the ones that I normally wear when I game from someone on Facebook. I think I spent like $20 on my last A40s that I got because people are moving away from them. I love them. I wish that they were more of a standard again. They're fantastic headphones for gaming.
Yeah, and so like you're asking a question about the monitor I have. It's actually a brand called Pixio, and they're not that well known, but their monitors they make are absolutely fire. Their quality, 100%. I'm actually affiliated with them, but I don't ever push them. I should. But like I've had this PX32, which is PX329. It's a 32-inch, 165 hertz, 2K gaming monitor, and everything is beautiful on it. Haven't had a problem with it. Nothing burns into it. I have Acer monitors over here, freaking burning it within a year. Spent $350 on those things. I'll never buy another Acer again in my life. I will literally go and buy a piece of cardboard and draw on it and pretend like that's my monitor before I do an Acer. I'm just throwing that out there,
I'll be honest with you. I got a good deal 2 years ago on an HP Omen. That's a 240 hertz, and it's fantastic. Love it.
Yeah, so there, and don't forget, you guys, there is, why not, Fat Steven? You must have Acers. But there is, we're coming up to the time of the year where there's going to be a lot of really good deals on hardware.
Yep.
Coming up Black Friday, and there's going to be a lot of ramp up even before that because they try to get a bunch of the sales in before Black Friday hits. So especially in the month of November and stuff like that, be on the lookout. I'm going to try to do my best to point out some really good deals as I see them and as they come out. So, if you guys are basically building on a budget or looking to get something replaced, hold on to your dollars. There's some good deals on the way and that are coming down the turnpike pretty soon. So as Fat Steven's got 2ROG 34-inch ultra wide and 127-inch and one 4K 50. How many screens you guys need, man? It's like I'm going to, that's incredible, Fat Steven. And I'm totally jealous, dude, 100%.
I thought my 3 was a lot, but here's a cool trip, a cool tip. People don't know this. Some people do it just because it became a trend a couple of years ago, but there actually is a benefit. If you orient your off-screen monitor, if let's say you only have 2 monitors, right? If you orient one vertically, right? You do one as a vertical monitor. I have a vertical monitor. I think you could see it in the picture.
Yes.
In the picture, can you see my vertical?
Yeah, here. Well, let me show everybody the picture. This is the Raze Ultimate setup here. So there's your vertical.
You can barely
over
see
there.
it. If you zoom in, can you zoom in on it?
Yeah, there we go.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay, so you can see my vertical monitor. Okay, so in my setup, the one that you see crash from where I took the picture earlier, that's the one I game on. That's my 240 hertz. The above monitor is my OBS studio, and so I get all my OBS stuff that's up there on the top. But on the left, that vertical monitor, people do not know this. In standard vertical monitors right now, you can at least run 3 very visible 16:9 segments in that. So I'll have whether it's Spotify or my stream feed or whatever the things are they need to, that vertical monitor is basically 3 smaller monitors stacked on top of each other that you can do. So now a lot of times you'll see people have vertical monitors and it's just their Discord or their chat or whatever. That's fine too. I'm not hating that, but if you need screen space in a very visible way, you can stack 3 16:9 images on top of each other, and that gives you 3 smaller monitors right there in one.
I might have to try doing that because I have all mine, horizontal because I'm just crazy and old school like that,
Feel it.
Let's see. And here's what Ray is showing here too. See the image that you posted in here, Ray.
I was just showing. I was trying to show you guys all my fun little Elgato toys.
Yeah. So there's some of his Elgato toys that he's got right there. Yep. So you can see there's his computer, his monitors, all that other fun stuff.
Big XLR.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, one of these days, like I'll have to post a picture again of what mine looks like and such like that. My wife hates it because there's freaking, I've got cables everywhere. I really like cables.
Yeah, dude. I literally at least 2, if not 3 times a year, disassemble my entire setup and try to rework on the cable management, and I've never been happy.
Dude, I can't
even like right now, like it's all zip tied together. But in the picture I just showed you, where you see like my desk, I'm not sure if you can see it in the photo, but like where the monitor arm is. No, the other picture that you just had up.
Oh, okay. You're talking about that one.
Yeah, that one. Like you see how the cables are kind of like no matter what I do, I cannot get them to lay clean. Yeah, I can't get them to lay clean in there. Like no matter what I do, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, so that begs the question then, Crash. How the heck are you managing the cables for this?
I don't even want to know.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I'll
It's almost like looking at, if you guys have ever seen like a hub for the internet that goes out to everyone's homes, it is freaking insane.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely nuts back there. Actually, what I did is I actually built conduit. I feel like Mr. Scott every time I have to go down under there.
Detected.
I've actually built, like you see, it's all
like
black
Flex?
under there.
Mhm.
I actually built in sliders, and they're just panels. It's black coroplast that I cut to size, and I basically built conduit boxes for everything back there. And when I have to access anything, I just slide a panel over, pull it out, and get access to everything I need back there. And that was kind of an on-the-fly kind of build. Just had to, because you're right, it's a nightmare.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the route we took. We just
that is
doesn't
incredible.
exist.
Yeah, because Slinger Games had to make the comment that basically you're NASA, and that's true.
Actually, in some imagery I've seen, I got better stuff than NASA. But yeah,
There you go.
It's probably
That
true.
sounds right.
That's probably true.
yeah.
All right, I apologize for the sound you're about to hear again, Fat Steven. Because the transition has a sound and so does the lower thirds. I got to work on getting that dialed in. I apologize, everybody. I apologize, Fat Steven calling me out.
We are professional.
Yeah, I know. We try.
Oh yeah.
So now let's do this, because we do owe Sma some spins, and we owe Fat Steven some spins again too as well.
Yep, let's do
So
it.
I'm hoping that we're gonna finally get a winner, because this is very important. Yeah, I know, Fat Steven. I know.
I think you will.
He's gonna make me pay him freaking money for his doctor's appointments and stuff like that for ruining his ears. And I get it. I get it. I forget about the sounds on the transition sometimes, because Discord does, or not Discord, but OBS doesn't do a good job of telling me about it. But okay, so let's go. This is for Sma. He's gonna get his first 3 spins for giving 5 gifted subs in chat. Thank you very much for that, Mimi. And you get a heart. I love you. I love you. Okay, first one down. Okay, that's a bust. Okay, next, number 2. Here we go. Number 2. Let's get it. Get wrecked, and you get a heart, dude. I'm sorry about that. You get the love freaking wreck. There you go. Love wreck. Okay, and number 3. Someone's got to win eventually. Come on, dude. I promise you guys, it's not rigged. Orange, and goat. You got goated, dude. Goated.
I can't.
Hey, look, I know. I promise you guys, someone's gonna win. Okay, everybody, calm down. Okay, you guys, calm down. Everyone's gonna riot up in here and stuff like that. Jeez Louise, you guys are crazy. Okay, now this is for Fat Steven. Now he gets his 3. Okay, so here you go.
Even as a win, I'm gonna make you listen to the worst soundboard I've ever heard. Get ready.
Here we go. Spin number 1 for Fat Steven. You get me again, and then you get the goat. So you got goated.
That's basically the same thing.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna spin again. Though I will say, if you get me, I mean, you get a little bit of love and everything else in between. I'm just saying, I'm a prize and all in it myself.
You're not doing any favors with the not
I tell you. Okay, here we go. Number 2. Let's go. Maybe he doesn't want to win now. Black Rumble, and orange. I don't know what that means, but it's fine. We'll try it one more time.
You missed everything, disable.
You totally did. You totally did. Okay, here we go. And spin number 3. Okay, come on. Somebody's got to win. Mimi and the goat, dude. It just does not like it, man. I don't know.
All right, here you go. You have to listen to this now. I told you that was the rules.
Okay.
Known wins. You have to do the worst soundboard of all time.
Okay, go
or
ahead.
the best.
Worst soundboard.
Can you take me higher?
What the hell is that, dude?
There's a TikTok account where they've AI'd Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice and have Arnold singing all these songs.
That is hilarious.
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
It's great.
I gotta check that out. But dude, Crash, really want to thank you for your time. Dude, we're going on like 2 hours now.
This is the longest show yet, I think. I thought the last week we had the longest show with Meg, but this is like we are challenging.
I know. But I've had a ton of fun today. I've thoroughly been enjoying today, like I do every week. But okay, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give Fat Steven and also Sma each one more spin, because I just, somebody's got to win, I hope. And if not, then I'll change it, okay? I'm doing this because I appreciate you guys. Here's spin 1.
Bonus round.
This will be for Fat Steven. Sorry, Fat Steven. I tried, dude. I tried. And thank you, Miss Leslie. Appreciate that. You guys make the show 100%. And then this one is for Sma. Yeah, I'm doing pity rolls. Exactly. Heart, because we love you around here, and you get black rainbow. Oh, man, dude. Sometimes I feel like I think that the code is actually trolling us. You know what I mean? I feel like in the background, the code's doing this.
I wonder who wrote that. I wonder who wrote that.
Hey. That's what I think that the code is doing to me when we try to spin the wheel. So, but
Scores in chat.
Yes, but yeah, Crash, please do us a favor. Let everybody know where they can find you. Links, of course, are down below with his X account and 2 of his shows and stuff like that. Tell people where they can find you and at what times.
Generally weekdays, 12 noon, we're going to be rolling hard and fast with Cake and Crash. That'll be 12 to 1 every day. Hopefully. The co-host is having laryngitis type issues at present, so
that's no fun.
It's up in the air. I might just do it by myself. I'll just solo that one. And then, of course, at 4 o'clock every day, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern, is the afternoon drive with Crash. And I'll talk about anything. I don't care. UFOs, fine, let's do it. Muslims, I'm there. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll talk about everything. So those are the best things, really. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Furycast.com is the website and the network. Furycast USA, you can find them on x.com. And you guys should join. We should get you in there too, because the other beauty about the Furycast folks is that as we're expanding our shows and the varied genres we're getting into now, of course, we're bringing in the gaming markets and stuff too. So
yes,
yeah,
and gaming is very, very, very important. 100%.
Well, and what it does too is our existing audiences that we've been building up, they're also getting exposed to all this new stuff that maybe normally they would never have clicked on, and then there you go. Right?
Yes.
So yeah.
All right. Well, very cool. And really, just I want to tell you thank you for coming on such short notice and all that stuff. It's been absolutely fun. I encourage you guys to go and check out his program. I mean, I've been on it. I know Ray has been as well.
Yeah, man.
He does a great job. Lots of great, interesting topics and conversations. And so make sure you guys go and check him out, what he's got going on. And then pretty soon he's going to be doing his Deadpool stuff. And I'm going to be expecting him to carry me through all the games we play together. So I hope his back is ready. He's got to get me them wins. Hopefully this next week, you guys, we won't be having Tools of the Trade. I will be gone with the missus out for the weekend. But we'll continue that coming October 4th. Right now, October 4th, we have the Joker going to be joining us, hopefully, for
watch out
doing pre-production, before you get started on your stream. Because there is almost nobody else on the platform, minus Dr. Disrespect. I would also throw Grim Hollywood 2 in there as well. That does as much incredible for pre-production for their streams that I've just about seen. I don't know how the Joker does it. The dude's got 20 toes and 20 fingers, and he's mashing Stream Deck buttons all over the place to go in and out and to the this and that. And then he cuts to another scene with his little emotes dancing, all that stuff. and he does an amazing job, and he's a great host, and he puts on a great show here on the platform. Ray, is there anything you want to throw out there before we get going?
No, man, I'm good. I'm just ready to go play Super People with Gore. Get in the freaking Discord. Let's do this. Super People's back. I don't know if I like it yet or not, but here we go.
But yeah, Miss Leslie says the whole Brat Pack stepping up their game for it, and that's true. That's true. And of course, it didn't freaking do the raid, man. Dang it. See, that's what happens when you guys stream professionally. We're going to go and we're going to raid Bubba, which I can't remember if I've raided Bubba or not, but we're going to raid out today.
Let's do it.
But again, you guys, thank you guys for being here. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday, right? Follow everybody. Links down below, all right? Peace out, everybody.